What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And we got a little bit of what I would call breaking news, at least surprising news. And this comes from Adam Schefter of ESPN. The Kansas City Chiefs are releasing former first-round running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire himself also put out a farewell post on his social media saying, "Love you, KC. A family I didn't know I needed. Y'all made a kid from Baton Rouge dreams come true. To Chiefs Kingdom, it's all love, and the support I had in troubling times will forever be unmatched from you guys. With love," and then Clydro with a peace sign signing off. So, yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it appears that era of Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the Kansas City Chiefs is coming to an end. And the reason I say that it's a little bit surprising, it's not necessarily because he was a major contributor or anything. He had not played a single game this year. But because the Kansas City Chiefs stood by Clyde Edwards-Helaire initially when he was out due to personal reasons. He's been open about suffering from PTSD due to an incident that occurred when he was a student athlete at LSU, and it looked like the Chiefs were going to keep him all season and keep him on the payroll, and despite everything that he was going through. But here they are releasing him before the end of the 2024 season, and I have a couple suspicions as to why this happened. First of all, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was taking up a roster spot and also getting paid to essentially do nothing. Now, I don't mean this in any bad way. It sucks what CEH was going through, obviously, and the Chiefs did him a favor by keeping him around initially. But the NFL is a business, and if you are not performing your job, which CEH was not, they do have the right to get rid of you if they need that spot, if they need the money allocated elsewhere. And I do have a feeling that the Kansas City Chiefs may be planning another potential late season addition at some point. I did notice that Deontay Johnson of the Baltimore Ravens was excused from practice today, and it seems like he may be headed for a release from the Baltimore Ravens, and that's a player I could see the Kansas City Chiefs adding and needing to get rid of Clyde Edwards-Helaire if that does happen, because CEH was also eating salary. And the Chiefs don't have a lot of cap space at all. Like, hardly enough cap space to even make a marginal move. They even had to move around some of Juwan Taylor's contract earlier this season when they acquired DeAndre Hopkins so they could take on his contract. They don't have a ton right now. So getting rid of Clyde Edwards-Helaire makes sense in that regard. Even if it's just a little bit of money, you have to give yourself some breathing room as well. It's also worth noting that Hollywood Brown is very close to returning from IR soon. You also need a spot for that. So this very well could be the Kansas City Chiefs making room for Hollywood Brown by releasing Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who again he's taking up that spot. He's been inactive on game day, but he's still on the 53-man roster, and that takes up a spot. And he's the obvious one. The Chiefs have to get rid of someone there, and he's the obvious one because he's not playing football right now, and he's never gave the coaching staff the okay that he's ready to play. And even if he did, I don't know if he really fits into the rotation at all. Let's be honest as well. CEH is someone that has fallen out of favor over the years. I mentioned this a few times over the offseason when they decided to bring him back initially, which I was kind of surprised by because I was hoping the Chiefs would go a different direction, because even last year when CEH had his sort of redemption season, he still only averaged 3.2 yards per carry. That's still pretty mediocre. CEH really had been nothing more than a mediocre running back for the majority of his time in KC. And it's a business, and so the Chiefs released him because he's no longer helping you. And even if he was actively playing, I'm not sure how much he helps you. And you guys know that have been following my channel for a long time. I've never been a big fan of CEH. I didn't like the draft pick from day one. You can go back and find my reaction on here in my older videos. I was not a fan of the CEH pick. I was not a fan of the player. I thought he lacked explosiveness, But that's not really the point of this video. I'm not trying to crap all over CEH on his way out, just giving my objective analysis of the situation. The Chiefs needed that roster spot for someone else like a Hollywood Brown, who is designated to return from IR here pretty soon. The penalties for keeping CEH on roster while being a complete zero when you have so many holes everywhere else, it just didn't make any more sense to keep him around. I was a little bit surprised to see him cut today, though, because the Chiefs just seem to be keen on holding on to CEH to the very bitter end. I mean, I thought after last year, after his contract ran out, that he was done, and then they brought him back again, which I was a little afraid of happening because I was always hoping they would go a different direction and bring in a different name, a different guy with a little bit more juice, like a J.K. Dobbins, who visited Kansas City over the offseason, and then he left his visit without signing, and the very next day the Chiefs signed CEH, and I kind of rolled my eyes because I thought, he didn't help you, and he hasn't been helping you. And I know the Chiefs were doing him a favor, but at some point you have to look at this from a business perspective. You have to look at this from the perspective of someone that's running an NFL team and say, this guy isn't giving us anything. He's dead weight, and we have more needs. We're trying to three-peat here. And in an ideal world, if the Chiefs didn't have so many injuries and if they didn't have to bring in so many guys mid-season, CEH would have still been here. But desperate times call for desperate measures, so the Chiefs decided that it was time to say goodbye to CEH. So that is the latest on the Kansas City Chiefs roster moves. I just saw this breaking news as I was sitting at home on my computer getting some other work done, and I decided I'd hop on and make a video for you guys talking about this because I thought, it was noteworthy enough. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below what your thoughts are on the Kansas City Chiefs releasing former first-round pick CEH. This was a guy they spent the first-round pick on, and he did have moments here and there, but overall, kind of a disappointing tenure. I think I'll ask that question for you guys down in the comments below. How would you grade CEH's tenure with the Kansas City Chiefs? Do you think they got a good return on their investment, or are you a little bit more like me where never really felt great about it and it looks like a waste of a draft pick looking back? I'll be real curious. So that's my question for you guys. I want to hear from you down below in the comments. But with all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because I realized whenever I was looking at my analytics that almost 90% of you that are watching my videos are not subscribed. So do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Keep this thing going, man. We've been absolutely killing it lately, but I need you guys to hit that subscribe button to keep the momentum rolling. So like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends so more Chiefs fans can find this. And lastly, make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. Follow me on ShowMeFB, my Twitter account. That's all I have for you guys in this one. And last but not least, go Chiefs.